Hello, everyone. This is Gurneen, and this is the project on portrayals of non-standard English with examples used from American pop culture. So, a little bit of background. The show I chose to do this on is called The Pradeeps of Pittsburgh. It's about a family that has come from Ahmedabad, India, and has moved their entire life here to the US for new opportunities. Now, unfortunately, they find themselves in a bit of rocky weather with their neighbors, and after 2 years of living in the US, they are stuck into an interrogation room, and two agents question them to figure out if they are the ones who commit the crime. So that's a little bit of the background. The cast is composed of five main characters: the mom, dad, the eldest daughter, and then two younger sons. So, although the entire main cast speaks non standard English in the show, for the sake of time, I'm going to be focusing on Bhanu, who is the eldest daughter of the family. So, when observing her speech, her grammar is the exact same used as standard American English speakers. However, the thing that differentiates her accent is her pronunciation, her intonation, and the spacing of her words, which makes sense because she uses the same word words and rules applied in her language, which is Hindi, and applies them to English. And this is very noticeable with features such as the aspirated tap of the R, or in IPA, the flap. So it is more of a rolling of the tongue when it hits the alveolar ridge. So take example the word rock. In SAE, we would say rock. If she were to pronounce it, she would most likely pronounce it rock, rock. That is when your tongue, you can hear it audibly tapping the top of your alveolar ridge. So I do have an example of her using this exact feature. I will say it is a little bit vulgar, but please bear with me.
So, what's India like?
Oh, beautiful and horrible. Like a supermodel with diarrhea.
How's it beautiful?
So there you
We
go. We
have
see the standard American English speaker. So besides the family, everyone else is a standard American English speaker, and more specifically, they live in Pittsburgh. So they all have a Midland accent, or more specifically, what people would call the Pittsburgh accent. And this is especially seen with the way they pronounce their words with that vowel shift. So, for example, I have added the word blood. They would most likely say blood, although not as noticeable. In that O has shifted to more of a ah sound instead of ah. So blood, blood. I might not be able to pronunciate it as well as someone who might actually speak it, but I have written it down so it's more understandable. And another one that really brings it home is that they use the Pittsburgh slang, the yins, where you're talking about other people. And here's a clip of them doing that in the show.
It pains me to say this, but thank you.
Nice to see yous getting along.
Clearly, the girl needs some guidance. She sure isn't getting it at home.
Excuse me?
The show is based off of real life events of the creator. And unfortunately, the way they have presented it, the audience is predisposed to many stereotypes that South Asian people face. And it's more than just their accented speech. It's that plus other factors such as the way that they look, the way that they dress, their cultural beliefs. All of that lumped together, they have utilized comedy to essentially paint a face over those stereotypes and discriminatory remarks to make it seem almost okay to speak about certain experiences in this fashion. But that's it. So, thank you so much for watching. And this was an example of non standard American English speech used in an American pop culture reference.